I'm Erica Thompson from the Prospect Heights Public Library, and this is Get Hooked. I'm going to read the first chapter of a popular YA book to you. Today we're doing Adam Silvera's Infinity Sun. This is the first book in his Infinity Cycle. The reading today is made possible by HarperCollins Publishers, so thank you, HarperCollins. Let's get started. Chapter 1, Brothers. I'm dead set on living my one life right, but can't say the same for my brother. No one's expecting Brighton to be full grown when we turn 18 at midnight, but he needs to step it up. Long gone are those days when we were kids acting like we have powers, like all these celestials roaming the streets tonight. Their lives aren't all fun and games, but he stays ignoring the dark headlines we see every day. I can't get him to see the truth, but I can check myself. I'm done dressing up as the heroic spellwalkers for Halloween, and I'm done watching celestials and creatures wrestle in steel cages with their natural-born powers. I'm done. I got to chill because we're close as hell, but don't get me wrong. You step in his face and you'll find me in yours, even though I can't swing bones for the life of me. But man, there's been a few times I wondered if we're actually twins. Like maybe Brighton got switched at birth or is secretly adopted. That nonsense no doubt comes from all the comments about chosen ones I've read over the years. He's running wild at this all-night block party, trying to score interviews left and right for his online serials, Celestials of New York, but no one's about it. Everyone's busy celebrating the arrival of the Crown Dreamer, a faint constellation against the dark sky, which is hanging around for most of this month and then goes back to sleep for another 67 years. No one really knows how far back celestials have existed or how they first received their powers, but all signs throughout history point to their connection with the stars. Like maybe their eldest ancestors fell out of the sky. Whatever the truth is, constellations are always a major event for them. It's good to see celestials partying for a change. The only time I see gatherings like this lately is to protest the acts of violence and injustice against them, which have doubled in the last 9 months. Being gay isn't rainbows and sunshine all the time, but ever since the blackout, the worst attack New York has seen in my lifetime, people have been treating celestials like terrorists. Tonight reminds me of when I attended my first Pride Parade. I was out to my family and friends, and all was good there, but I couldn't pretend there wasn't still a knot in my stomach from wondering if strangers would be cool with my heart. Reading minds would have come in handy. During the parade, I felt relief and security and happiness and hope, all tied up like an indestructible rope that bound us together. I breathed easy around strangers for the first time. I wonder how many celestials are taking that breath tonight. Brighton is standing behind his tripod, capturing footage as people course through the tents before angling his camera towards the massive and flickering crowned figure in the sky. Everything is changing tomorrow. I can feel it, Brighton says. People are going to film us too. Yeah, maybe. Brighton is quiet long enough for it to be awkward. You never believe me. Just watch. Maybe this is the year we let it go, I say. You got a lot to be excited about already with college and a new city next week, and your series, and people can gain powers on their 18th birthdays, Brighton interrupts. In books and movies, which are all based on celestials, who historically come into their powers when they turn 18. But how rare is that? Rare makes it unlikely, not impossible. Brighton's always got to win an argument, so I shut up. I'm not trying to fight while we ring in our birthday. Problem is, he doesn't recognize silence as a white flag. The timing is perfect, Emil. The Crown Dreamer is elevating every celestial's power, and if we have even a flicker of gleamcraft in us from Abuelita, it might ignite into something greater. I sense it already. You sense it? This another psychic prank? Brighton shakes his head and laughs. Good times, but nah, I'm serious. I can't explain it, but it's this tightening feeling in my blood and bones. Let's bet $20 on this blood and bones feeling. Easy cash to buy another graphic novel. Bet. We fist bump and whistle, our signature move. Brighton's had his eyes on this rooftop brave, and we get in line as more people are being led into the brownstone. We're behind 2 women who are wearing the half capes that are customary to celestials. I fight back an epic cringe as I remember how up until 2 years ago, we owned some for fun, completely clueless as to how sacred the capes are until our best friend Prudencia explained the traditions. I quickly donated ours to a local shelter. Once the women are let in, we go up from the stoop, but this low-key bouncer blocks the door. Celestials only, he says. That's us, Brighton says. The brown of the man's eyes is swallowed by glowing galaxies for a few moments, the telltale sign of every celestial. Prove it. Brighton pointlessly stares back, as if his eyes will swirl with stars and comets if he tries hard enough. Sorry to bother you. I drag Brighton down the steps laughing. You thought you could lie about having powers? Like your eyes aren't some fake ID? Brighton ignores me and points to the fire escape. Let's sneak up, get some exclusive footage. What? No, dude, it's a party. Who's going to care about that? Might be a ritual. It's not our business. I'm not going up there. He detaches the camera from the tripod. Okay. I check the time on my phone. It's our birthday in 15 minutes. Let's just hang. Brighton stares at the rooftop. Give me 5 minutes. This might be good for Celestials of New York. I sit on the curb with his tripod. I can't control you. 5 minutes, Brighton says again as he climbs the fire escape, and stops slouching. Not everyone cares about stiff posture or toned muscles. Some of us camouflage our scrawny bodies in baggy shirts and slouch, just waiting for the day when we can fold into ourselves and vanish completely. I can't beat the Instagram impulse while I'm waiting for Brighton, so I hop online. My favorite wildlife videographer pops up first. She captures phoenixes, birds of fire that resurrect. Her latest is a video of a blaze phoenix flying into a storm in Brazil. I scroll to find the fitness dude whose abs I've become very familiar with the past couple months. And even though I'm playing around with his workout plan, I'm nowhere near looking like him or the dozen other gym bros I follow. His motivating caption isn't doing it for me tonight, so I put my phone away and try to breathe in the real world. The block party is everything. There are children running on air and people grilling food with sunlight beaming out of their palms. I hope Nicholas Creekwell, the first dude I ever legit liked, is celebrating his own little way tonight. I keep Nicholas a secret from everyone, especially Brighton, but even though he trusted me, he claimed he wasn't ready for a relationship, so we stayed friends. Can't help but wonder if things would have been different if I had a six-pack going for me. Someone's selling these beautiful silver binoculars. I'd love to drop bank on a nice pair, but Mom will be the first to remind me that college textbooks don't pay for themselves. Heeled boots pounding the gravel catch my attention, and I turn away from the tent to find a 20-something woman approaching. Sweat glistens like she's been running for blocks. She's wearing an ill-fitting blazer that's missing a sleeve, and her arm looks sunburnt compared to her pale face. Not exactly dressed for a late-night jog. Two figures are pursuing her from the air. One is a girl who's about 10 feet above the ground, and the other is a boy who's being carried by winds that are sweeping up all sorts of trash as he passes. I jump to my feet and backpedal from whatever is about to go down. I turn to the fire escape where Brighton is 4 stories high. Brighton, come back. The woman trips against the curb and slams into the concrete. I should stop being a punk and help her, but fear is a tighter grip and pins me to the wall. She stands and grabs the pole of the tent. It glows orange. White fire runs up her arm as if she's been doused in gasoline and set alight. The canopy stands no chance. A mountain of fire pounces to the other nearby tents. This pandemonium definitely isn't going to help how people view Celestials as dangerous. Someone grips my shoulder and I drop the tripod. You okay? Brighton asks. He was quick getting down here. I catch my breath. Let's go. Wait a sec. Brighton is spellbound by the mayhem and holds up his camera. You're kidding. I grab his arm, but Brighton breaks free. I got to document this. The hell you do. For someone who was our school's salutatorian, Brighton can be pretty damn stupid. If he were anyone else, I would straight up ditch him. This is why I don't have it in me to be a hero like I used to pretend. I want to live too much to risk my own life. But Brighton dreams of getting this kind of action for his series. Most of the Celestials in the area are smarter, not sticking around to see how this will play out. Some are teleporting so quickly I would have missed them if I blinked. The figures in the air break out of the shadow and into the moonlight, the Spellwalker emblem on their power-proof vests glistening like the constellation that inspired their name. Maribel and Atlas, Brighton shouts, pumping his fist. What has this woman done that she's got Spellwalkers chasing her? As her arm lights up again in white flames, I get a clear look at the woman's eyes. There are no astral bodies swirling within like a Celestial's. They're dark, except for one burning ring of orange, an eclipse, the mark of a specter. Now I know why the Spellwalkers are after her. I don't always agree with their violent vigilante methods, but the Spellwalkers seem to be the only handful of heroes brave enough to admit that specters need to be stopped before they drive creatures to extinction and ruin the world. I hope every last specter gets locked up. Stealing blood from creatures to hook yourself up with powers, just because you aren't born a celestial, is a heartbreaking crime. Regular fire casting is scary enough, but we're not about to hang around here if this specter's burning up with phoenix fire. I'm about to drag Brighton away, but I'm haunted by the glint in his eye. We know damn well how risky it is for someone to consume creature blood. Specters trade their lives for power, and I pray my brother never mistakes this tragedy for a miracle. So that's chapter 1 of Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. This is available at the library in a physical copy, which you can put on hold using our online catalog or by calling us and speaking to a librarian, or it is available all the time on Hoopla, and you can get it instantly downloaded to your device. I hope you liked this first installment of Get Hooked, and I will see you for another video soon.